Hey, it's W5HRO. Well, it's Saturday, and I've been plugging away at this. I worked on it a little bit yesterday. I didn't have time to work on it the day before, but I've had to make some significant changes. And let me show you what it's doing now. Let me turn the audio gain up, and you can see on the scope, there's the output. I just have the scope across the load. I've got a 2.4K load on this thing. So, yay, yay. It's squaring off because right now the plate voltage on the 6SJ7 is lower than the 6SK7 is lower than it is on the 6SJ7. This plate voltage is lower than this one, so I've got to tweak this. And what I wound up doing is I've realized those Zeners, every time I tried to use the Zeners to regulate the screens, what I figured out is you cannot start these screens out at 100 volts while the plates are trying to warm up, because you won't get any plate voltage because the screen takes over. It doesn't work. You have to actually do what you have to do, like in the RCA resistance coupled amplifier chart. So what I did was I went in, because remember I told you last time I was going to have to decrease these plate dropping resistors and everything. Well, I realized one thing: you don't want 250 on these things. What I want on these things are about 150 volts each. This one right now's got 125. This one's down at about 105. And the screen on this one's like 55, and this one's like 40 something. It's because the screen on the 6SJ7 draws a couple more milliamps than this one does. This one draws about a milliamp. This one can draw up to 4 under maximum load and stuff. That's why I wanted to put a screen, that's why I wanted to regulate that one. But the way these things are going to run, I want about 150 volts max on these plates. So if this one's 125 and this one's 150, it would work. But I don't know if you can see or not, but it's starting to square off at the top. It's because it's hitting the rail of this, because this one's too low. So I'm gonna probably have to decrease both these resistors here a little more. What I did was I went through the old RCA resistance coupled amplifier chart. It's the same chart for the 6SJ7 and the 6SK7 both. And I realized as low as you can go on these plate dropping resistors is 100K. And it said, but these values, I backed the pots down to 500Ks. Those are different pots now. I changed them again. Well, that one's the same, but this one, I made them both 500. So the resistance coupled amplifier charts, these resistors are all about the right value. This was supposed to be like, 100K, which it is. This one was supposed to be 470 or 500K, which it is. This one was supposed to be like 590, 560 is close enough, and then 0.09 microfarads, so I put a 0.1. So I've got all these are the right values now. It's just that this one's coming up lower on the plate than this one is, because this tube obviously is drawing a little more current. So I'm probably going to have to, I need to get this one up to about 150, so I'm going to have no choice. It looks like I'm going to have to, and I don't know if I could just remove this resistor or not, but they would still make this one higher than this one. So I'm going to have to decrease this one just slightly to get it up above this one, at least at a minimum. But maybe if I remove this, it'll bring this one up like to about 150, maybe 25 more volts. Because I think I need to see what I have right here. I haven't looked at this yet. But you can see now that I have output. And now the reason it's not, before the last time when I was doing the video, it was pegging the scope completely from top to bottom. Well, I wasn't on the right tap on this transformer. To get the step down in about the right place to match my 810s, I need the two inside taps, not pin number 1 and 1 on the outside. It's pin number 3 and 3 on the inside. And I think the 810s, the transformer, that KW1 driver transformer, I believe, is a what is it? It's it's on the output on the secondary. It's 2,225 ohms grid to grid's what it is. So I've got a 2.4K, and I think I measured it came out like 2.3 something. It's close enough. So I've got a low, but when I did that, look what happens now on the current meter. It goes backwards like it used to. like when I was in there in the shop. It's not as bad as it was. Now when I load down the 810s, we'll see how far it'll go. But if I move these two, if I move the load on the secondary to the two outside taps, it starts coming way up again like it did that when I showed you that in that last video or two. So I tried this a little while ago and it does the same thing. So that's why I didn't have a heavy enough load. That's why I said I figured when I connect the 810s, it's not going to go forward anymore. And I was right. I had too much overhead. There wasn't enough of a load on the secondary. So I've got it working. The only problem is that's only 300 volts peak to peak, and I need 350 out of it, at least 345, but I want 350. 350 would be at least 350, and I'm happy. So I am going to have to drop this down. If I can get this the plate up on this, I probably need to decrease both these to get the screen up a little higher. Then if I change that, then that'll probably do it. I guess I should hook up the voltmeter again. I just unhooked it a minute ago, but I wanted to see, I didn't even to see if I need to check to see now that I have these tubes powered up. The tubes may be drawing more current than those two Zeners were. So let me see exactly where I just need to look at this guy here, the positive connection, if I don't get shocked. What is it? 351 volts, that's exactly where I want it. That's exactly where I want it. So if I get this one up a little bit, to get this side up just a little bit higher than this side. This one's sitting at 125 and the screen's at 55. And like I said, this one's at 105 and about 45, I think, something like that. So I just need to get the plate and the screen up just a hair bit higher than this one. Then I could probably maybe decrease this resistor way down, even below 1.5. Then I could get maybe a little bit higher. I could get just a hair bit more than 3. You know, if I have 300 on this, it should work because this is a 3-to-1 step-up transformer. It's a 1 to 3 if you go the right direction. So this is a 1 to 3 step-up transformer. So it should work fine. But this is, this is about what I would expect. I thought that meter would probably still go backwards a little bit. And I'm probably going to add a little more capacitance on here too. But I'm going to change these two resistors next. I'm going to wait until tomorrow because I was doing yard work today. It got hot again and the rain's supposed to come back the day after tomorrow. So I'll come in tomorrow afternoon and I'll go ahead and I'll drop these down a little bit more to try to get more voltage on here, and then I'll look at this one, and then when I do that, it's all going to be done, at least for now. Then eventually I can come back in here and try to get the AVC to work properly. But I need at least 350 peak to peak out of this, at least 345. And I'm going to have to get the plate voltage up on this guy to do it. So that'll probably take care of it when I do it. That should maybe, and then plus that's why that thing is squaring off, because it's hitting the rail. This one's, the peak-to-peak voltage is higher than the rail on this one. So that's what's wrong. So I'm still plugging away. This thing's taking me an extra week, but you can see what I've done. This is my updated schematic. Can you see that good? Let me hold it there for a minute. Anybody wants to take freeze the video and take a snapshot of it or something. There's what I've got. And I'm probably going to make another adjustment. I'm probably going to change these two and maybe this one, and then I'll update it to the final values. And if I can, I'll put in all the voltages that I'm seeing here too when I'm done. So that's all for now. This is W5HRO.